up, pranksters? Welcome back. And I've got some sad news for you guys. Unfortunately, April Fool's happens to fall on a Saturday this year, 2017. I know it's a bummer because a lot of you guys really want to pull off some pranks in class. Well, unless you have class on Saturdays, it's gonna be hard, so you might have to pull them off the day before, which will be a Friday. So in this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to set up 5 pranks for the classroom. So if you're ready for that, hit those thumbs up buttons now and check it out. Alright guys, well this is a stapler. It's one of the more common class supplies you'll find at school. Anybody can use these, your teacher, your classmates, anybody. So we're going to be tampering with it. For that, we'll be using some party snaps or pop-its, whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to open it up. I'm also going to open up the stapler, take out the staples because we will not be using these. And then we're going to get some party snaps and we're going to fill up the stapler. Like that. You don't have to add a lot of them, just enough to give your victim a little surprise when they try to use this stapler. So I'm gonna line them up just like that. I think 4 or 5 will do for this example. Now I'm carefully gonna close it back up. And you gotta be careful right here, guys, because you don't wanna push out the party snaps. So carefully adjust it so that the party snaps stay in place and so that they don't pop. Now let's say your teacher just finished grading these papers and she's gonna staple them together, and when she tries to use the stapler, this is what's gonna happen. Yeah, it's hard for the camera to capture the sound, but in real life, guys, it is pretty loud. And of course you saw the little pebbles pop out. Once they open it, of course they're gonna see the party snaps inside. Unfortunately here, all but one popped, which is okay, you know, it was expected. Not every single party snap was gonna pop, but it did the job though. Cool prank, huh? This is the simplest prank you can possibly set up on somebody. So you're gonna take their pen when they're not looking, you're gonna open it up, pretty much pull out the ink, and once you get to the tube, you're gonna detach it from the point, like this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna be blocking the ink from coming out. So he took a little plastic from a grocery bag, just a little bit, and we're gonna block off that ink from coming out. So I'm gonna cover it, and then I'm gonna put it back together with the point, just like that. And my glove got stuck. And now, of course, there's a little bit of ink there, but once that runs out, your victim is not gonna know what happened to his pen. As you guys can see, there's no trace of the ink being blocked. So I'm just gonna put everything back, and now we have ourselves a little prank. And you'll see them trying to use their pen during class, and after a couple of minutes, this will be useless. Your victim is gonna struggle to write on anything, and they're gonna be shaking the pen, and you'll be across the room laughing. So it's a nice little prank to frustrate any classmate. This next setup is gonna be for an awesome prank that you guys can have handy for whenever somebody asks you to borrow a pencil. So what I have here is a regular pencil and a colored pencil. I chose green because if you guys can see the points, they look similar, but of course one is green and the other one's black. Anyway guys, this colored pencil and this pencil we're gonna have to cut off into 2 pieces. So if you don't mind messing up your pencils or colored pencils, then you're good. You're also gonna need a pencil grip like this one. Any color will do, of course. So let's begin. And this prank you can set up at home and execute in class. You will need a sharp object to cut the pencil, so be careful if you use a blade. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut off the tip off the colored pencil. Carefully do this. If you need help, then ask an adult or somebody that can actually use a blade. Now we have detached the tip from the colored pencil. We're gonna save the tip of the colored pencil, and now we're gonna do the same to the actual pencil that you're gonna be pranking your victims with. Here you go guys, I have done the same exact thing to both pencils. So here's how the prank is gonna set up. You're gonna need the pencil, the actual pencil with the eraser, just the body, and you're gonna use the tip of the colored pencil. So these two you do not need. So you're gonna set them aside and start working on your prank. We're gonna use the pencil grip to hide the color. As you guys can see, some of the coating under is green. So we're gonna stick this inside the pencil grip so it hides just enough of the green. Then we're gonna put the regular pencil through the other end, and now it looks like a normal pencil, right? Except for the green tip, which your victim will probably not notice until they start writing on their piece of paper. So here are 2 pencils. Of course they look identical, right? Except for the color of the pencil grips. But other than that, they look like normal working pencils. Except this one, as you guys can see, if you look very, very closely, has green lead, and this one has the regular lead. So let's say you're using this one in class, and then one of your classmates asks you to borrow a pencil. You give them this one right here, which you will have handy in your backpack or in your desk. So when you hand this over to them, they will not really notice that the lead is green until they start using it, and this is what's gonna happen. Let's say they're in science class, so they're gonna write science. You see that? It's green, and some teachers don't allow for colors other than black or maybe blue, but not green, guys. So if they wrote this on a sheet of paper that your teacher handed out and they use this, it's gonna be a really funny prank. So might as well finish it off, right? See? See, that's the difference. Of course, it looks black, just like this one, but this one actually, look at the scribbles right here. It's black. This one is green. But it looks like a normal working pencil, but it's not. So it's a cool prank you guys can have ready for April Fool's Day. This next prank you guys can also prepare at home, so that next time one of your classmates asks you to borrow a sharpener, you lend them this one. But this one is gonna be booby trapped. And the way we're gonna booby trap it is this. With a Q-tip, get some chocolate fudge, and this has to be a sharpener that you no longer need or want. So you're gonna fill up the entry with some fudge, and it's best if your sharpener isn't see-through like this one, but this is just an example. This sharpener was actually 50 cents, so it doesn't hurt me to damage it. I'm gonna fill it up with some chocolate fudge all the way in. Do this at home, guys. Don't do this in class, because of course you might get caught. And then just take a tissue or a rag and wipe it off clean, at least so that your victim doesn't notice the fudge inside. Here's a sharpener, and like I said, it's best if it's not see-through. Since this is see-through, you guys can actually notice the fudge in there. But you hand this over to your victim when they ask you to borrow a sharpener, and when they stick their pencil in there, this is what's gonna happen. It's gonna be covered in fudge, at least the tip is. It's just a little harmless prank you guys can prepare for your classmates. Ugh, nasty. Well, this last prank is a really mean prank, so you guys gotta be careful with this prank. You do not wanna get in trouble over this prank, but if somebody owes you for pranking you before, then this is the perfect payback prank. You're gonna take your water bottle in class, and they have to have a binder like this one. As you guys can see, this one has a clear screen on the outside, which is for labels and pictures that people can put on there just to make their binder look better. So as you guys can see, both sides have this screen, and this particular binder screen is sealed on the bottom. So we're gonna fill it up with some water. So take your water bottle, and you're gonna pull on the screen, open up your water bottle, and you're gonna fill it up. Again, this is a really mean prank. It's sort of extreme, so prank at your own risk. I'm gonna start filling it up. As you guys can see, it's filling up perfectly. Look at that. It's holding up pretty well. There's no leaks. So if you want to be really, really mean, you guys can fill it up to the top. You don't necessarily have to fill it up all the way. Like me, I'm gonna leave it as is, but it's gonna be facing away from your victim, and it's gonna be standing up. Just like that, your victim won't notice that it's there. So when they pick it up, guess what? All that water you put in there is gonna leak out, and it's gonna cause a big spill all over their desk. And if they have important papers, they will get wet. If they're ready to go home, they're just gonna pick up their folder like this and flip it on its side, and this is what's gonna happen. Oh man, that's gonna suck for them, big time. So with clear water, you can't really appreciate this prank. So I'm gonna switch up the water with some Kool-Aid, and let's see what happens then. So here's the Kool-Aid, and again, I'm gonna set up the folder in a way so that your victim doesn't see the Kool-Aid. So when they pick it up, the following will happen. See, it looks worse, right? When I used water, it wasn't that bad, but now look at that red mess. definitely is gonna get somebody really, really mad. And those were 5 simple pranks you guys can pull off on your classmates on April Fool's Day. Well, like I said at the start of this video, April Fools will not fall on a weekday, it's gonna be on a Saturday. So if you don't have school that day, it's gonna suck. But guess what, guys? There are so many days you guys can pull off pranks that it doesn't have to be on April Fool's Day. So if you're a prankster like me, you guys can pull off pranks any day of the year. And if you want more ideas on how to pull off pranks, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Go check out my other videos because I have so many pranks, you guys will not be able to watch them in one day. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. And in this video, I'm gonna show you guys 5 pranks that you guys can set up in the classroom for April Fools. You're gonna take out all their crayons and twist it till the glue stick comes out completely like this. So now the inside is hollowed out, and we're gonna fill it up with some water. I'm not gonna use just any water, I'm gonna use some Kool-Aid completely all the way to the very top. Then we're gonna put the tube in between the binder rings like this, and then we're gonna close them. You're gonna position the egg like this. I'm just gonna attach it on there. You're gonna open it up again as it was, just like that, and the prank is set.